My name is Matt Crow, and I couldn't be happier to be here today in the state that I'm in. I was mountain biking in Aspen, and I went to go around an aspen tree that was hugging the trail, and when I came back onto my line, there was a rock that had sort of appeared out of nowhere. I went over the handlebars. I remember everything. I just had a big, large stinging pain right in the middle of my back, and nothing else moved. And I was there on the side of the mountain on that trail for about 20 minutes before the next person found me. At about 10 minutes, my friends all started calling me, and the phone in my backpack just started buzzing. And I can't tell you how awful that is when you've got something that's so close but couldn't be further away. And when the EVS arrived, they came in, and they loaded me onto a board. Then they put me in the ambulance, brought me to Aspen Valley, and they immediately got a CT image. And they had actually already called the chopper from St. Anthony's while I was still on the mountain.
St. Anthony's is a level 1 trauma center here in the Denver area. I got a phone call from one of my partners. The report was that he was having some difficulty moving his arms and legs, and that he was experiencing some recovery in the emergency department in Aspen. When I saw the images, I was very concerned for Matt, and I thought there was a high likelihood that he would be a quadriplegic. What it shows is a dislocated neck, and in the vast majority of cases, this would lead to what we call a complete spinal cord injury, which means almost no chance of recovery. Matt was flown by Flight for Life helicopter to St. Anthony's Central, and we were there immediately to receive him, so we were on the scene before he even arrived. Got into St. Anthony's, I said, shoot it to me straight, don't sugarcoat it, and he said, it's really bad. And he said, it's one of the worst cases I've ever seen. Within an hour, we were in the operating room. Goals of the surgery were to align his spine, stabilize his spine, and take the pressure off the spinal cord. You just know that speed means everything. If you are able to get that decompression on that spinal cord done quickly, you have a much, much better opportunity for recovery. And I think that has made all the difference for me. After the surgery, he went to the ICU and was put on the spinal cord injury protocol. He was accepted at Craig Hospital and spent a few weeks there and was kind of the star pupil. I had come in a wheelchair, unable to walk, and by the end of my first week, I was not only walking with assistance, but I actually was walking on my own. They told me I was going to be there for 6 to 8 months when I checked in, and by the end of the first week, they told me I was going to be there for about 8 to 10 weeks. And by the end of the second week, they discharged me. One of the things that I really like about Panorama is the collisions that they have because of the volume of surgeons. And they all are in a collaborative environment, and they're able to work with one another. And that makes a big difference. I'm very confident that the time course of events for Matt was optimal. I don't think it could have been any better. I can go to the gym and do pretty much most of the machines. I've been training on stationary bikes, getting ready for triple bypass, going for hikes with my family, and honestly wrestling and playing with my kids, and then just snuggling with them and wrestling with them a little bit. It's so wonderful to be able to do that. I had so many people see my recovery because my comeback was so fast, especially with my legs, and I was walking, and then I could move this arm. People were like, he's doing great, which is true, but they kind of assumed that everything was working pretty well. And I would try to explain what I was feeling like, and nobody was getting it.
Green to...
Just go green, and I'd go to, just right there. So that's why I decided to do it, is so that everybody can understand not just what I'm going through, but what anybody in my situation is going through. And to put it to color and put it to life is just a really neat way of bringing an invisible injury forward. It starts with black being the lowest level of sensitivity, which is numb. And so you can see in these locations on my hand, I just can't, I'll bump into things and I just don't feel it. Going up to the first level of sensitivity, or the lowest of anything that I can feel, is anything that's dark blue. And then green is the next level above that. After green, it goes to light blue, and that's about in the middle of the road. And next above light blue is orange. And then above orange is white, which is normal feeling. So pretty much my shoulders up, including my collar and in here, and then all the way, so I'm gonna have a white face. And then there's different patches on my body that will be white, but most of them aren't normal. The other one is yellow for anything that's hypersensitive. So it's fascinating the way that my body's trying to figure things out.